Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Meal Prep Sundays with the DFAM. I'm the mom, Margaux.
And I'm Steve, the dad, assisting today.
Steve was not supposed to be home, and he is. So you'll never guess where he was this weekend. Stevie on his road trip. And Teddy's in charge of our Lean Pro today. So if you are just tuning in live, welcome to Meal Prep Sundays with the DFAM. Our family all came together to inspire and uplift other families, starting with meal prep. It's good for your body and your bank account. And we like to say prep for an hour, eat for a week, and stress less. So I can't tell you how nice it is to just always know that there's food in the refrigerator, either for snacks or meals. So is there anything that you want to say before we do our financial update?
No.
Okay. So Steve just is kind of coming in hot. He literally just walked in the door as we were getting ready for this. So if you are tuning in live, hello. Let us know where you're tuning in from. We'll keep our eye on the chat. We start off the broadcast every week with a financial update, and that is Steve and I are 5.27% to goal. We've given ourselves to November 5th, 2024. If everything goes according to our plan, which is actually a conservative plan, it doesn't even account for the compounding effect. So we should be finishing by our anniversary, which is August 1st, 2024. So we should finish a couple months early.
Sweet.
But I think it's even going to be earlier than that. So that's our check-in. Stevie is 62% to goal. He's given himself until November 1st of this year. Ellie is 23.7% to goal. And Teddy
70
is winning with 70% to goal. And that is a good thing because her due date is September 1st, 2021. So that's our financial update. We're meal prepping, like I said before, because it is healthy. It helps you stress less, and it's not only healthy for your body, knowing exactly what you're putting into it and having control over your portion size, it's so good for your bank account. So I want to ask you, do you have meal prep scheduled? If you are just eating for one, you are most likely, if you're eating 3 times a day times 7, that's 21 meals a week. Think about if you made that more efficient. If you have more than one person in the house that you are responsible to feed, multiply that 21, or if you eat more times a day than just 3, multiply that times the number of people in your house. You have to get efficient. So block off the time. If Sunday night at 6 p.m. doesn't work, still use our menus, use our shopping list, and use this broadcast whenever it works for you. We'd love to be playing in the kitchen with you while you are actually prepping. You know, this is on demand anytime on YouTube and Facebook. You can get our tips as we go along. We share a lot of tips on how the kids have helped. We share a lot of tips on how Steve and I work together as a team to pull off meal prep every week and making food during the week. And also culinary tips, which I'm going to share a couple of those with you today. It was fun.
Think of it this way. You get are all the recipes and a really brief explanation of what we're meal prepping this week. But then the video is another tool that really gets into more depth on how to do it. We're just like jabbering along. So other stuff comes up that we teach you on techniques and that kind of stuff. So it's like two tools. And also to get these recipes emailed to you ahead of time. That's the thing. Get the emails ahead of time so that you can kind of see what we're going to be cooking, the ingredients. Maybe you have some of the stuff right at the house that you want to cook along with us. And then you can be ready to do that.
You always can make
Did you put that up?
Yep.
Oh, look at you. Nice.
So good. All right. So yes, if you're watching live, please check in on where you are watching from. And then the other thing I wanted to say before we start is what we are making. We are making egg white muffins today. I was so excited when I tasted our test kitchen version of these muffins, the ones that we take pictures of and send out in the email. I haven't made them in a really long time. They are so easy and so good and so economical. Also, I have just been thinking, we did Dr. Bitner's Kale and Quinoa salad last year, like right in the beginning. I think it was right when we started. I think she was maybe our first guest on the show.
It was in November, because I remember the email.
And then I had it for Thanksgiving, and I have been thinking a lot about it this week, and I just thought, let's make it again. It's so good and so easy, and I have been craving it. So we're making it again. Teddy's in charge of lean protein, and
I'm assisting. Whatever you want me to do,
Steve's
yell at
helping.
me. Chef.
And
yes,
then,
chef.
and then one thing that we've gotten away from, just because we've been whatever, we just got away from it, is doing the fresh cut veggies, and I miss having them always on hand. So we're getting back into that.
I can do those for you. Got me a couple
So let us know also if you have any questions. I'm not sure if any of our kids other than Teddy are joining today. Stevie's probably taking a nap, I would imagine. Probably. So let's get prepping, shall we? All right. So do you want to start with the protein?
All right. All soon.
Do you want to tell everybody what you're doing?
I'm making chicken. So we took some chicken fillets,
just breasts that we
chicken breasts, and cut them in half so they're a little thinner because that's what Mom likes. And then we stuck them on the grill, and we put a little bit of olive oil.
That's not a normal grill for people.
Okay, this is our grill. This is what we work with. And we put a little olive oil and seasoning on there, and easy peasy. And we have our protein for the week.
How long do you leave it?
I think 20 minutes. Actually, I don't use the grill. I use the oven, and they are opposed to that for some reason.
I don't like how it smells.
I stick it in the oven, frozen chicken breasts from Meyer.
Frozen
Chicken breasts. I stick them in the oven for 375 for 45 minutes, and they're perfect. And then scoop them up, and that's it. I don't like messing with the grill.
I like my chicken breast like shoe leather, and I know that is so not what is normal, or maybe what a trained chef would appreciate about chicken breast, but that's the way that I like it. And this grill, I feel like, doesn't stink up the house, so I just like it on here. It gets it nice and dry, and I have
actually making it dry like that.
Never used it. Steve does all the grilling of the chicken breast, so I want to thank the family for that. So that's our Lean Pro. That's as easy as it is. Maybe you want to grill or saute some tofu. Tempeh is so easy, and I absolutely love it to saute it. Tofu, tempeh, or you can get some cod fillets. Everybody's favorite, cod fillets. You can do salmon, grilled salmon, so many different choices. If you are a red meat eater, grill away. Just make sure you do your lean protein ahead of time, because that seems to be a pretty labor-intensive piece of a meal all the time. And then you know exactly what protein you're working with, and maybe that's all you do for meal prep. You know, you don't have to do all the little meals like Stevie does. He does all the little meals. He weighs them all out. He puts them in.
Just do building blocks.
Tupperware. Yeah, you can just do the building blocks. You can make a salad dressing. You can make your protein. You can just have everything on hand, so you're not scrambling at the last minute. You know, when you go to the grocery store at 5:15 p.m. or at 5 o'clock at night when everyone's getting out of work, and there's just like wild-eyed, crazy people. Hungry. You never want to go to the grocery store hungry people running around. Okay, so Teddy did the lean protein. That's a check. We didn't even have time to put up the banner. Can you put up the egg white muffin banner? So, all right, this is all you do for egg white muffins. And the first thing I'm going to do is take this pastry brush. This is coconut oil. I put it outside in the sun so it liquefied. And it's 2 tablespoons. You're going to use 1 tablespoon to coat the inside of this silicone-based muffin dish. You can do the large muffins. You can do the smaller muffins too. We have the smaller one, but so whatever works for you. These egg white muffins are like the OG meal prep that Stevie and I did when I was in California. We would Zoom together. He was in the UP of Michigan, Upper Peninsula of Michigan. I was in Manhattan Beach. And to connect every week, we would meal prep at 3 p.m. Eastern. So that was 12 p.m. for me. And it was a time where he and I got together. We prepped whatever we were prepping. We didn't necessarily prep the same thing. And I always had my eggs out there, and it was so nice, such an easy thing to either just eat at room temperature if you're in a hurry and you're taking them with you, or throw them in the microwave real quick. So I just did all the insides of these muffin cups. That I went out after making these multiple times in California in a different type of muffin dish. I went to Sur La Table and bought this. You pop them right out. I love them for regular muffins too, although I don't really make a lot of those these days. I make the egg white muffins more. These are not sweet, I should point out. Someone was looking at this, who was it? Someone was looking at this recipe this week, and maybe it was my mom. Oh, it was my mom. We always deliver our test kitchen recipes to her. We try to. We make them, we take pictures, we taste them, we make sure the recipe is right. And then I'll go visit my mom and deliver her some good food. She was so excited to get them, but she was a little bit confused because she was like, thought they were going to be sweet, like a muffin, but they're savory because they're egg white. So it's like a little mini quiche without a crust, I guess is the best way to put it. So, oh, chicken's done. Thank you. Okay, so Steve separated all the egg whites. These are from, I wanted the carton.
You want to show how we separate them.
Yeah, I want to show how to separate them. We get these really great, are they gross? Did we?
Oh, no.
Okay. These are the eggs we use, pasture raised from Vital Farms. They are from Happy Hens. They are ethical eggs, freedom to forage outdoors year round. They're really good, and you can tell by the color of the yolks that they are happy hens. And it's so cute. There's a little newsletter inside. It's called the Vital Times. And it's really funny if you take a minute to read the box, and if you take a minute to read, like there's a newsletter inside the egg box. That is funny. So anyway, this is what we like to use. Steve was asking, or Teddy was actually asking why we weren't using our egg whites. Stevie really likes the egg whites in a carton. And we do use those sometimes, but I wanted to test this. So when I was in, I think I did it in California, I did a batch with real eggs and I did a batch with the egg whites in the carton. And they just look totally different. The egg whites in a carton are very flat, even though you whisk them, and they are a little rubbery, as opposed to real egg whites. It might have something to do with the pasteurization of them. I don't know. But anyway, we're gonna whisk these. The other thing that I wanted to show you, Steve left one egg that we can show you how to separate a yolk from the egg white. There's lots of different ways to do it, and there's actually equipment. I don't know that you need to actually buy equipment for this one. My 6th grade teacher told us to put it in your hand and let the whites run through. I don't know that you have to get that messy either. The best way, and what Steve did to separate these, is just go back and forth between the eggshell, between the two eggshells. And if any of the yolk gets cut by this process and falls in, it's not the end of the world. And if any shell falls in, this is a tip that I didn't know until someone told me. If any shells fall in, it is impossible or almost impossible to get it with your hand or finger or even a spoon. There's something about the eggshell, and if you know the chemistry of why this is, it's like almost like a spoon or your hand repels the eggshell, but the eggshell attracts it. So it's super easy to scoop up. So if you get a shell in there, use the cup of the shell to pick it up. That's it. Did you guys know that?
Yeah.
Oh,
You didn't know that?
that's good to me.
I didn't know that either until. Have you ever tried to use your hands?
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
It's very slippery.
Okay, so we have the oven preheating, 350 already. We brushed the 12-cup muffin tin. It's not a tin, it's a silicone with the coconut oil. And now we're whisking the egg whites together. We put in, this is what is a game changer. And this is your fiber and your complex carbohydrate. This is the quick oats. So we put 1 cup of quick oats in with the eggs, and we are supposed to be sauteing some veggies right now.
Yes, you want me to do that?
Yeah.
Are you ready to do that?
I don't care who does.
And the recipe has you doing it with coconut.
Yep, it's right here.
Oil.
So this is actually going to go really fast. I don't know that we can turn it on yet because I have to cut the.
Well, I'll saute them and they'll be done and ready.
Do you have them cut already?
Oh, you're? No.
Yeah, so I have to do that part. So we're going to whisk this together.
This and this. Do that. Let me do these.
Here, you can work here.
Can I do that here? Okay, this
All right.
is already all.
So this is what
lubed up.
the egg white and the oatmeal looks like together. We have to get the veggies cut up. We have the, oh, I love it, Deidre Kavanaugh Bramberg from San Diego. Welcome, welcome. So fun. All right.
Sorry, I took your spot.
Okay, now one of the questions Steve had when we were doing the egg white, when we were doing the test kitchen, was why can't we put everything together and then spoon it into the cups? And it's almost impossible to get an even mixture of the saute with the egg whites. And also when you put the warm saute into the egg white mixture, the egg whites start to cook. So what's best is to do the saute separate. Take that and evenly distribute it in the cups. That even distribution is what's really hard when everything's mixed together and then starts cooking. So you put that in the cups and then just spoon your egg white mixture in on top.
Exactly.
So you do the quick oats, which is just this, your regular old quick oats. We already have our 2 cups of spinach chopped. And as soon as he gets the peppers chopped, you always want to saute the peppers first. And the coconut oil is just this organic virgin coconut oil. I put 2 tablespoons in a cup and set it in the sun so it would liquefy.
Okay.
And then the last thing in the recipe we're going to garnish with are the green onions, which we already have chopped, and we're going to sprinkle them on top.
Okay.
Are we ready?
1 second.
Do you have the coconut oil?
Yep, it's already in there. Here, I can put this in here.
We need the silk can.
Right now.
All right, so we're sauteing the red pepper, the yellow pepper, and then as soon as those are soft, we're gonna throw in the spinach. Or did you just throw everything in together?
No, you have to wait. The spinach turns to like nothing if you cook it too long. But I do put a little salt and pepper in when I'm sauteing the peppers.
We
Kind of like second nature.
if you've been tuning into the show, you know I like to clean up as I go. Looks like he's in a sauna. So I always like to have a drying area and then clean up as I go and put things on this towel. So at the end of the show, we don't have a huge mess.
Actually, the spinach, what I found when I was making the test kitchen stuff, you don't even have to chop the spinach. It wilts so fast that it turns to a very usable consistency. So don't stress about chopping the spinach before you cook it.
Oh, you know, I did it.
No,
I
I just
chopped
put it in all whole.
Okay, the other things that I am going to throw into the egg white. So, you know, I was doing a lot of talking about the eggs and things, this dish is so fast to make. So fast. So it's salt and pepper to taste. So I always pour it in my hand first to make sure big clumps don't fall out, because you can always add but you can't take out. And then pepper.
All right. Things are looking good.
We're almost out of pepper. Hey Alexa, add black peppercorns to our shopping list.
You know that everyone watching this in the recording, all their Alexas are going to go off.
Sorry.
They're all going to get pepper.
That is not really a lot. So I always like to clean as I go. One of the best gifts is Stevie. Well, Stevie is a really good gift giver. So I can't say it's the best gift because there's so many of his things that I use all the time. But one of the things that Stevie gave me as a gift for either my birthday or Mother's Day was this little salt vessel. So I just pull the salt right out of it, and it's always on the counter. I use it every day. So if you're looking for a gift, that would make a great housewarming gift, Mother's Day gift, Father's Day gift,
Okay. She's good to
birthday
go.
gift.
I'll show you how I did that.
Okay.
I scooped.
Here.
Did
Oh,
I do that? I can't remember how I did
well,
that.
first of all, we have to put the mixture in the bottom.
Okay.
My nose is really, really like itchy for some reason. Here, I can get that out of the way.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, that looks so pretty. Show them what that looks like. That's so pretty.
Excuse me. You see? It's colorful. Very nice. That looks really good in this, when you take a bite of one of these muffins, you'll see all those colors. They don't, when you present it to someone, you don't see it because they're kind of in the middle. But once you start eating, you see it. I think this is a great base recipe. You could add other stuff to it. You could add mushrooms. You could add chorizo to it if you wanted.
Well, we did little
Taylor Dane had mushrooms and
yes,
chorizo.
we did mini muffin breakfast. I don't know what she called them, but same idea, but a little fancier and maybe a little more unique ingredients.
Yeah, it was Taylor Dane's, first of all.
She was doing like a Sunday brunch kind of meal prep.
Oh, it was awesome.
It was so good. But we've never done these. These are more like your everyday grab and go. They make a great meal. They make a great snack, depending on how many you want to eat at a time.
Okay, you get the quarter cup.
So that's perfect. Ice cream scoop. Oh, we just bought this.
I bought it for your cookies.
This is a Cupco. Is
No.
it just a cup? No? Oh, you bought it for my cookies?
Yeah, that's the perfect cookie size. All right, so that now you use these, this size, to fill up the cups. And because we had so much greens, so much pepper, I think we're gonna have a little extra egg. So what we'll do is we'll put them in a little overflow muffin
We have a
and
mini.
maybe throw a little onion, green onion in that.
We have a mini.
Do you want me to
muffin.
scoop these?
Yeah, go ahead. I am really good at the cleaning.
Okay, is the oven on?
Oven is on and ready to go. Do you want me to brush the mini muffins?
Yeah, a little bit. Just do like half of them.
I am so excited to have I was really excited for this episode. I feel like I say that every week, but this food is just so good, and it's so fun to think about having it on hand all week.
Why are there oats in it?
You did this way.
Deal with the
Oh,
oats.
so the oats, obviously the egg whites are a really clean, lean protein.
The oats just
The oats are the complex carbohydrate. So your body needs salt, fat, and sugar. It needs proteins, fats, and carbs. It needs them in the right amount at the right times, and a little bit peppered throughout the day, not huge boluses all at once. So that's where the quick oats comes in. It's a little bit of carb. If you don't want it in there, if you plan on eating this, later in the day or something, then leave that out. But I can tell you, it adds it almost is like cakey. Doesn't it kind of have like a cake? I feel like it's a little cakey.
We don't need that no more. All right, so these are the extras.
I love the fact you can put that brush through the dishwasher.
I know it. That was an Amazon purchase.
If you're using like a real pastry brush, usually they're wooden and the bristles are natural, and you can't put them through the dishwasher.
Ooh. Get in there.
And obviously, like if you don't like peppers, put something else in there, just like Sue's saying. Or use whatever you have.
Sauteed asparagus would be good in there. Spinach.
Pickled asparagus would be good.
All right, sweet.
Ew.
That one's a little full.
So I didn't even have a chance to tell you this. Steve's been gone all weekend, but I brought these to my mom, and we had a really busy day yesterday getting ready for a special event, and we had a busy morning. And she remembered that I brought them for her, and she said, "Oh, I'll just have a couple of those egg things really quick." And she heated 2 up, and boom. So they came in handy yesterday.
That's an easy thing for her to heat up. And these things actually keep for the better part of a week, I think, for sure. We're probably, because of the test kitchen and these, we're probably going to freeze these. So we can do a follow-up and tell people how they...
We do have a whole container of the large ones. We gave my mom the mini muffins one. Just because they fit better in the container.
What's the recipe say? How long? Is it 20 minutes?
Let's see. 25 to 30 minutes, or until the egg whites are set.
So do you want to show our finished ones?
Yeah, we'll show the finished ones. And then also, I saw you opening the thing and sprinkling these in.
They go on after, don't they?
Yeah.
But I thought they'd go on like a couple minutes before you
I
take
pull them out when they're still cooking, but everything is sort of firmed up. I put some of
because
the
you want them on
green
top.
onions so they cook a little bit.
You want them on top, but set on top, not like
You
sprinkle.
don't want them to fall into
Because
the
otherwise they're just gonna either fall down or they're gonna fall off.
right
So
into the goop.
this has got to be timed right. All right, so we will show you the finished. So here are you can see that I even had some today too. So here are some finished ones. Perfect. 2 or 3 make a great snack or meal. If you're doing a snack, probably 2. If you're having them for a meal, probably 3. So if you go buy these egg white bites at Starbucks, you are going to pay $5 for 2 of those. And probably you're going to end up with a coffee or a tea, and your bill is going to be over $10 when you can make them for a fraction of the cost at home. So that's it for those. Let's go back. And next we are going to do Dr. Bitner's Kale and Quinoa salad.
Quinoa's good. Here we go.
Okay. Quinoa's done?
Yep.
Okay,
So
so
what do you
the
want to
first,
make right now? You're dressing?
well, the first thing, if you're making this with us, you are going to want to get your quinoa going. We started the quinoa before the broadcast, just so it would be done in time. And if you don't have an Instapot yet, what are you waiting for? It is leverage at home. And you don't have to babysit it. Nothing's going to spill over. You're not going to end up with a mess on your range. And you don't have to think about it anymore. And you can even time it. If you want to time it for right before you get home from work, great. Or whenever you're going to eat. Because so many people are working from home these days. But you don't have to think about it all day. So I actually did a double batch because all three of us are here eating this week. So I did a double batch of quinoa. And so I just doubled the whole recipe. And what's nice about the Instapot is, so the Instapot comes with a cheat sheet of anything you might possibly want to eat and exactly how to cook it. And it's so simple. Quinoa, the ratio is 1 cup of quinoa to 1.25 cups of water. That's it. Doesn't get any easier than that. So Teddy reminded me that our Instapot came with a cheat sheet.
Like 1 minute.
So, oh yum! So that's perfect. We're supposed to stir these in though. So you've got to like put this in. Yeah, put these in and stir it around. So as soon as the quinoa is done in the Instapot, then I put in the dried cherries, or I can't remember exactly what it said on the recipe. Did it say cherries or
Cherries or cranberries. Dried cranberries.
What are these?
These are cherries.
Okay. So if you're making it on the stove top, you want to fold it in at the last second. You're making it in the Instapot. You fold it in when it's done. Just leave it there so they rehydrate a little bit and warm up. Super, super easy. So that's it. The quinoa's done. Next, we're going to do the lemon vinaigrette olive oil, or the lemon vinaigrette dressing. And
I have apportioned everything for you.
thank you. Where is it?
Right here.
Oh, right here. Okay, well, I had visuals of everything, but Steve's made my job easier. This is what the quinoa looks like in the bag. These are what the dried cherries look like. Now, he used fresh lemon juice, but in a pinch, you can always use this. And I don't know, did you chop garlic or did you use this?
Heck no, I use that.
So ever since Steve told us that Rod, our favorite chef, uses this, we're using more of this pre-cut garlic. But he's put everything in little cups for me.
So this is mise en place, right? And we already cut these two.
Fabulous.
So there's those, there's that.
All right, so this is going to be olive oil. And I am going to make some bubbly, soapy water to throw everything into. Okay.
Continue with this. Probably need a.
Actually, Teddy, can you read this? Yep. I'm getting it really wet. Okay, so I've got olive oil in. What goes
1/4
next?
cup of olive oil,
Done.
2 tablespoons of lemon juice.
That is olive oil. Is this our lemon juice?
Yep.
How many lemons is that?
That's two
Half?
2 tablespoons of lemon juice.
But is it like 1 tablespoon in each half?
How much
Yeah.
is lemon?
Yeah.
Okay. And then 2 teaspoons of Dijon mustard.
Right here. Thank you. It's like, how am I gonna get that out of there?
2
Okay.
teaspoons of maple syrup.
Excuse me.
This is an immersion blender. This was another game changer for us when we finally got one. Which next?
1 clove of minced garlic,
Garlic.
which is like a tablespoon of that. Right.
And you
That's
can
a
do
half
this in a
tablespoon.
blender too, but this immersion blender is really nice. And then
And then salt.
Salt and pepper is both in there. Boom, that's it.
done.
Ready? High, check. Nice.
That's
Yeah,
it.
there's your dressing. Excuse me.
Oh man, I should have made a double bag.
We should have. Darn it. Well, you can always redo.
We definitely are gonna need more dressing than that.
You need another one of these for the greens? Or how are you going to do this?
I'm gonna put it back in there.
Are you
So
gonna
this
chop
is
the
what
kale?
the quinoa and dried cherries looks like. There's all different types of quinoa. This is a tricolore quinoa. And it smells so good, and I have to take a bite because I'm so hungry. Mm.
What? Oh,
Yes.
yeah, look at this.
So good. All right. Next, we're going to do the salad. So we have the dressing done. We have the quinoa done. Now we're going to move on to the salad. So this is lacinato kale. We've already washed it, and Teddy and Steve were so kind as to destem it. In order to chop kale and get it in the salad that everyone's going to be able to bite through, you definitely want to remove the leaves from the stem. So that can be a little tedious, and it's really nice to have little hands in the kitchen be able to help with that if your kids are littler. And then we are just going to chop the kale. So this has all been washed. This is organic lacinato kale. You got this at Bridge Street, right?
Yeah.
We got Meyer.
And what we want to do is you want to chop it up so you're going to be able to bite it into it. And you can make enough just for one meal and just have the rest of the kale ready to go, or you can just do the kale and it will last probably 3 days, wouldn't you say, in the refrigerator, all chopped?
Oh, yeah.
But what you're going to start breaking it down with the olive oil. I need the, oh, it's right there.
Are you just going to make one salad worth?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is probably going to be good for all of us for tonight. So I am doing a very weird job of cutting this because there's too much on the cutting board at one time. But the idea is to get it into smaller pieces, and then you're going to massage it with the olive oil and salt. And what that does is it breaks down the kale. The kale is really tough, and you want to break it down a little bit. So, thank you. We're going to use Stevie's dish.
Stevie's salt dish.
Stevie's salt dish.
The egg things are turning, they look good. They're not done, but.
Mom, if you're watching this, remember that those eggs are in your refrigerator. Eat them this week. Ooh, they look really good. We need the food cam.
Those are the little ones.
All right. So I always
Next time
watch.
we're done, we can.
How are they doing? Do we have to sprinkle that?
Yeah.
Do we sprinkle that on?
Yeah, you sprinkle that on top of the.
I always wash my hands again before I do this, but you just want to put the olive oil in, put the salt in, and then massage it into the kale. And it really decreases in the amount, the size, as you're breaking it down. This is going to be so good. I have been a little bit thrown off my eating in the last couple of days because of traveling and being busy. So it's going to feel good to have a nice home cooked meal. Really hot. Okay, so that's the salad ready to go. And we have our celery all chopped for the salad.
So like the it's the kale, and then you put celery on, and then you put warm quinoa on,
So good.
and then goat cheese on
A
top.
little bit of goat cheese, and then this, oh my gosh, this amazing dressing. lean protein. And the last thing that we are going to do is cut our veggies for the week. But while I'm cutting, I want Steve to tell us about what he just received. You don't have to tell us everything.
About what?
Your road trip.
Oh, Stevie and I love auto racing, so we ended up going to.
And you go somewhere special every year.
We try to take a guy's trip every summer, just the two of us, and we ended up going to Indianapolis to a. It's called a double header race. So it was half the day was Indy cars and half the day was NASCAR, like stock cars, and it was on the road course at the Indianapolis 500 track, or the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So we ended up going to the race. We were there all day. It was gorgeous. It was just fun. Had an amazing dinner last night, and just getting out of town together is fun because we laugh and we act like two idiots should act
And
once in a
buy
while. And
matching t-shirts.
we bought matching T-shirts, which was important,
Oh,
and it was fun. We couldn't have asked for better weather, that's for sure. But it was very cool. So this is the first time they've ever done this with this format of racing.
Tell them about the other trips that you've taken, because you and Stevie took such epic trips
man.
that you inspired us
Yeah,
girls.
before
to do
Stevie
it.
had a full-time grown-up job, we could take longer chunks of time away. So we took a trip. We rode motorcycles up to Copper Harbor in Michigan. We rode motorcycles. We rode the entire Route 66 on motorcycles. So started in downtown Chicago and went all the way to Santa Monica up here. That was a blast.
But before you even did that, you renovated the motorcycles.
Oh well, that was so that was a project before. We worked
You
on these
actually
motorcycles
made your
and kind of rebuilt these motorcycles, and that was fun. That was fun. So we have a good time together. He teaches me a lot, and
He teaches you.
I don't know, he teaches me a lot too. So is that what you wanted me to say? I'm gonna check this.
So I love these mini cucumbers because all you have to do is wash them and stick them in the cups. These don't last very long, so you definitely want to make sure that you eat them quickly. So in the morning on a good day, I take all 4 of these cups out and I put them on the countertop because I have really sensitive teeth and I don't like cold things. And so then I realize I'm not eating my veggies because I'm not eating cold things and the veggies are cold. But if I take them out in the morning and I set them on the counter, then at mid-morning snack and an afternoon snack, I can grab them and they don't freeze my teeth. Oh, cool. Show them that.
So our little overflow ones are done. And you can see how awesome these silicone muffin trays are. You just pop them out. Oh, they're very hot though. You pop them out and they'll come right out. And these turn out to be really good little snack size. So these are the ones we just put a little green onion on. We'll let those cool and then we'll plate them up.
So
Tasty.
I came home today from a meeting and Teddy was done with her meal prep. What did you meal prep today?
I meal prepped brown rice and chicken. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to eat it now that I'm thinking about it.
Because of the
Wisdom teeth situation.
Teddy had 4 wisdom teeth pulled earlier in the week.
Wednesday.
So what did you do? Go into meal prep autopilot?
I think I did. I think I did. all of it.
You needed to make soup.
I did.
Like
I can blend
puree.
up chicken or something.
Stevie tried to do that. He said it's disgusting.
Oh.
He tried to
So
make
If Stevie says it's disgusting.
he tried to make a grilled chicken like shake.
Oh, that's so sad.
ew.
Finally
It probably
said it
added
was
weird stuff
disgusting.
to it.
There is a reason why you've never heard of that before. Okay, we're almost done. We have our cucumbers done. We have our celery done. We're just gonna chop some carrots. And we're gonna chop some
I think about 5 more minutes.
yellow
This might be
pepper.
done.
Will you do the yellow pepper while I do the carrots?
There's another one.
Perfect. And all of this was washed ahead of time. I'm just cutting it. We don't peel our carrots because who has
It makes
time?
us stronger.
Who has time
Skin
for
makes
that?
We like the dirt.
And the harder vegetables like carrots and celery, that can go in water. These cucumbers I'm not putting in water, and the yellow pepper I'm not putting in water. And when you have these veggies all chopped up, they're so much easier to cook with. If you're making a quick impromptu meal, they're already washed, they're already cut a little bit. You might have to dice them if you're throwing them in a stir fry or something. But it just makes it so much easier. And then you're not buying those cut veggies that Whole Foods has that are so tempting. Maybe, you know, it might make sense to buy those for some reason. But otherwise, look at that. 45 minutes. We have our egg whites are almost done. Again, we did a lot of talking and instructing. So if you were just quiet in your kitchen, jamming out to some music and concentrating on what you were doing rather than talking, you could get it done a lot faster, I would imagine. Did you guys have anything else that you wanted to add before?
Nope, we just got a ton done in a short amount of time, didn't
So
we?
look at that, 45 minutes. We always say prep for an hour, eat and stress less for a week. This is prep for 45 minutes. Eat and stress less for a week. So I feel like we're missing the eggs. That's it. So if you, let's see, we are back to that one. Okay, so 45 minutes. We made chicken breast. We made Dr. Bitner's Kale and Quinoa amazing salad. We chopped our veggies and we made egg white muffin bites, egg white muffin cups, something like that. And we made a lot of them. So it feels good. Our kitchen smells good. We cleaned up as we went. And, you know, you could pour yourself a glass of wine and make all of this food. So if you found any value in today's broadcast, please like, comment, and share. If you have any ideas that you would like to see us do in the future, oh, look at that.
The bigger ones have to go in for just a few more minutes. They're still a little jiggly.
Yeah, there's a little bit on the top, but is this the smaller one?
Those are the smaller ones that didn't get filled up as much.
So good. All right, check that out. And our house smells so good. What?
Those are jiggly.
You can just put that in like that, maybe. Let them finish. So like, comment, share. Let us know what you want to see on an upcoming episode. If you have any questions, please pop them in the comments below. We look at those. We will reply. If you are watching this on YouTube, congratulations. You made it through till the end. You have a longer attention span than most. And please hit the subscribe button so you never miss an episode. I cannot say enough how important it is to get meal prep time blocked on your calendar. You block time for things that are important for you, and everybody eats. So you are eating during the week. Do you have a plan for all of that food? Come up with a plan, commit to the plan, implement the plan, and get the right results. It's better for your body. It's better for your bank account. And so many times people don't time block this. So the way that we do it is on Friday, our recipes go out. On Saturday, it's time to shop and clean out your refrigerator, clean up your kitchen a little bit, get ready. And on Sunday, we prep. So that's it. See you next week, everyone. Thanks for joining today. Bye.
Bye.